Hey, what's up everybody? So we're kind of starting this video a bit late. It's been a long time since I posted, but you kind of put two and two together. I got full new rear brakes, SRT brakes for the rear. This is like knuckles forward, so it's got everything from the knuckles forwards. I got new trailing arms, Mopar trailing arms actually, and so I'm actually going to take these and sandblast them at my shop, and then I'm going to paint them, and we're going to do an entire rear suspension pretty much assembly, like taking everything down and redoing it all, and we're going to do a new undercoat as well, so stay tuned. Alright, so far we've gotten the shock out from the rear driver's side, so now I'm going to take off the hub, and I'll probably need a torch to take off the lower suspension arms, but other than that, everything else should come off pretty decently. Doesn't look like this is too bad for Canada anyways. Yeah, so I'm going to continue doing this, and maybe I'll put you guys up on a time lapse later, but I've got to go to work in just a bit, so Hey, what's going on everybody? SRT Mike here. So I started filming the first part of this video a while ago, but anyways, I showed you guys the beginnings of what was happening with our suspension. And so I got the rear suspension out. This is what it's looking like right now. That's all getting scrapped. All I need to grab is these these rear lateral arms off the back of these two here, and I need a torch to get those off just because they're stuck on there. So I'm gonna grab a torch. I got an impact gun now, so everything's gonna come apart a lot easier. But I'm actually been doing what I've been doing is I've been doing undercoat on the Neon. I haven't really had a lot of time to do it, so I've kind of been trying to go in between work and doing this and studying for exams, but I've only got a little bit on the left side to do. The wheel wells are done. I just have to hit the back of the frame rail on the left side, and then underneath where the lateral arms bolt up, I need to get that. And then when the car's back on the ground, I'll get the underneath of where those mount up. But I need to get that right under there. Yeah, and I'm also, probably not in this video, but I have to install my Mishimoto fuel pump into my fuel tank over there. And I'm gonna fix this garage door because it's broken, and I do not like it being broken. So I have to, while I'm waiting for my undercoat to dry after I take my wire wheel on my angle grinder under the car, I'm gonna start trying to fix that. And I'm gonna try to see if I can find anything, because this has been broken for a long time. So if I can find any wires that are like snapped or disconnected, I'll just solder on some new wires, and then we'll get back to it. But for right now, I'm just gonna set you guys up on this tripod here, and I'm gonna do a time lapse real quick. I'll come back to you guys when it's done. I gotta get in my coveralls. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Alright, so I have everything set up over here. I have my coveralls on and my gloves on, because usually when I work with angle grinders and such, I end up like chewing through my gloves, so it'd probably be best if I had gloves on and not my bare hands. So I've got glasses, I've got everything on I need. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing this. I'm gonna set you guys up. There won't be much to watch. You'll see me like kind of jerk it a bit, because I don't use angle grinders often, especially with the wire head, so I'm not used to it. But so I'm gonna try my best to get all this stuff off. I'll set you guys up. Won't be a long time lapse, probably like 30 seconds maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start this. Hope you guys enjoy.
Alright, so I just quickly hit the car with a can of. I finished up on the angle grinder first of all. I kinda ran out of battery, so you guys saw the end of that, but not much after what happened. After I shut the camera off, I just hit it with this. So, here we go. It's rust check, rust converter. This is what I used for the underlining. So this is just in case I missed any areas or it oxidized, but it's just for really raw, like priming raw metal really good, and it seems to have done a really good job. Everything's adhered really good on the undercoat so far. So that's what I use, and there's a lot in this bottle. Like you spray some, I should probably wear a respirator too, because I'm going loopy from all the toxins, but there's stuff. I've done 2 under fenders over there, the wheel wells over there on both sides, that little strip there, and now I've done the front side, or I guess the back side of that little bar under there, and there's still, like, it's still heavy, like you can hear it. There's still a lot in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the back as best I can. It's kind of awkward to get in there. I think I might need to grab a metal brush and actually do it, but I'm gonna try doing that right now. And I'm gonna let this camera charge, and yeah, I'll see you guys once that's done and we get the coating on there. Alright guys, what's up? So I found out that my iPhone 7's camera, or microphone actually wasn't working. So none of the clips I recorded had sound. But I got a time lapse of me building the knuckles over there, which they're not fully built yet because they don't have the parking brake cable. Right now I'm working on getting out the fuel pump. I did end up getting it out. I'm just letting it drip right now so that I don't get gas everywhere. And I'm about to take it apart and install the new Mishimoto fuel pump. So once everything's done dripping, I'll set you guys up and I'll show you how I'm taking it apart. So I wasn't able to find any videos of people actually taking out the fuel pump. Well, they took out the assembly, not the whole thing. See, I need to put this in there. Okay, so I got all my new gaskets and everything, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna figure out how to replace this. I probably won't do any more research. It looks like I just gotta pop off a couple little tabs here and pull this out, and then these black and red wires here should be the same as these black and red wires here, so the fuel pump itself should be this here. So I'm gonna try doing that and then I'll come back. So I did end up figuring out how to get it out. It wasn't actually that difficult. I just had to pop the tabs around there, pop this tab right here on the bottom here. I had to just pop this off for the leveling sensor of the fuel. And now, looks like all I have to do is just figure out how to pop the connections off over here. And I just have to take out the fuel pump. So pretty straightforward, so I'm gonna get right into that. Okay, now that everything's out, see we got the connections off here. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out finally, and I'm gonna start installing the new one. Alright, so I've gotten, this is the old filter on the fuel pump. It is pretty grody, and what they sent was actually a smaller filter. It works the same. It's probably, I don't know how Mishimoto likes to do stuff, but yeah, goes on perfectly right there. So I'm gonna slip this into that housing there and connect up these wires to the outlet, and we should be good. Alright, so here's what the almost final product looked like. I took a second look at the instructions that I did not know even came with it, and looks like I did everything right. So new filter there, there's a new filter inside there actually, and then I just gotta connect these wires up, and then I gotta put the tank seals on, and then we should be good to go. I'm gonna give it a little bit of cleanup up here because it was a bit grody, and I bought a new clip to plug in there because mine actually broke. I don't know if I filmed that, but everything else is good. So I'm gonna go ahead, get these wires connected up, and I should be good. Alright, so I went ahead and I cleaned up the fuel pump. It's not very clean, but I don't really care as to how clean it was. I just want to make sure that ground was clean, and just gotta get a bit of grease and grime off. But it looks fantastic, and I'm gonna go ahead and install it back in there, and I'm gonna take my wiring harness. The little piece that connects actually to this clipper here actually pulls out from the wiring harness. So I'm gonna clip on a new connection I got from the scrapyard and solder it up. So I'll see you in a second. So I ended up getting on the outlet. I didn't actually have to solder it, I just redid the connections there. See, they're all good in there. Brand new connector. Yep, so should be good to install our gas tank again. But yeah. So yeah. Alright guys, so I just now finished the rear brakes, the knuckle and everything, except for I need to grab my lateral arms off of the suspension there. I need to get a torch to that. So I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow, which is Friday, but I gotta work tonight, so I don't have the time. But anyways, I got my Raceland coilovers in. Obviously I need my lateral arms first. Once I have the lateral arms off, I can start to put everything back on there. I do need to do undercoating. And I'm also getting, sorry, I'm blanking, polyurethane bushings for the lateral arms, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get everything off the, I'll show you the old lateral arm bolts for the bottom half. So this is what came off the old suspension, and there's nothing left of the bushing in here. This is supposed to be like obviously bushing, and then here's the metal piece the bushing slides onto. There's nothing left on there, so I don't have much hope for what's on there over there, since it is an 03 as well, and this was driven more than the SRT that those came off of. And yes, so the metal piece for the bushing is actually I lost two of them, so I can't reuse these, and I think I'm just gonna, you know, if I can scratch that, I'm not gonna get a torch. I'm gonna take the angle grinder to that, and I'm gonna just grind the heads off that bolt, the head and the nut on the back. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the lateral arms in, I'm gonna sandblast them, and then paint them, and they'll be done. And then I'll wait for the polyurethane bushings to come in, and then I can assemble the whole thing. So tomorrow I get paid, so tomorrow I'll order the polyurethane bushings. This is gonna be a bit of a longer video. I'll probably separate it into two parts. I don't know. But I'll get the polyurethane bushings installed, and then, yeah. So first I want to show you guys the finished suspension. So you saw the old, maybe I'll throw a picture up of what they looked like before. Yeah, there you go. And so here's the new. Very nice. So I got everything out of their boxes, and slight bad news. It's the top hat on the spring here. There's a piece of it missing. You can see that it's supposed to hold in this like rod here. So that's actually missing, so I'll have to figure out if I can buy new top hats online. You know, not the biggest deal, because I can still mock them, put them in and mock them up, but it's just kind of the downside. But I think I'm gonna wash them with the hose when I get to installing them and shine them up. And they're used. They got like, ticket says 150,000 miles on them, 100xxx, something like that. 166 XXX, that's miles too. That's not kilometers, but I assume that's what the car had on it, not the coilovers. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I do obviously a lot of fixing up and restoring lately, so it's not a huge deal if I have to just take off the top hats and wash the whole thing down. But the main thing I gotta get right now is I gotta go online and see if I can order something to adjust those arms, or the spring length. But whatever, they're at the height that the person put them at, so I can always jack up the car to work under it. So right now I'm just gonna get to painting these calipers. I got some red spray paint. I don't know what the color's gonna look like. Hopefully it's nice. Alright, what's up guys? So I know I showed you the finished product already, but I actually went ahead and, I don't know if I said I was going to, but I put a coat of paint on the calipers, and they turned out looking really nice. I went for red, but the red color, it didn't really show up nice on metal, so I grabbed some of the, it was like high temp paint, and it's just like an orange color, and then on top of that I put the paint on. So I'm going to show you guys the reveal right now. So this is what they turned out like. They actually turned out real nice. And so what I did was I just put the red coat on there. It looks a lot better in person. It's like kind of like a blood red, or like a wine red. And then you come around to the back, and it's painted black in there. So it actually came out really nice in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm sick, and I'm gonna put these on, and yeah, I gotta put in the sleeves and everything first, and I gotta put in the bleeder bolt. But yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Hey, what's up, everybody? So I got in this weekend polyurethane bushings for the lower lateral arms for the back of the Dodge Neon. But what I'm missing right here is something that was on there from back in the old bushings that I didn't know I had to keep, and I've already thrown them out. If you guys could focus up here. I need the factory essential sleeves. So I'm going to be trying to order some. And we'll see how that goes. I might need to have to pick up 2 new rear lateral arms, just because, I don't know, whatever. But in there I have something to show you guys, so get ready. So this is my brand new rear sway bar, performance rear sway bar for the back of the Neon. It's actually powder coated black. I got it off of Summit Racing. I'll show you the manufacturer in a second. You guys can't see that well because the lighting's not great, but it's like sparkly. It's got metallic flake in it. It's pretty neat. And this actually came with bushings and everything that's needed. It's got sway bar end links all in this bag here. So you can kind of see the end links there, as well as poly sway bar mount bushings to mount the sway bar, obviously. And yeah, and then what else was I going to show you guys? I think that's it.
Alright guys, so unfortunately I'm going to have to end the video there. It was a lot of fun making the first half of this video, and yes, there is a second half to come, obviously because we didn't finish everything yet. So I've gotten pretty far. I've gotten the driver's side of the car, its rear suspension, all done, except for I need to put my Raceland coilovers in, and for that I need to grab a spring compressor. So I might try to see if I can rent one, but I might also go out and see if I can buy one, just to expand my inventory of tools. But yeah, so stay tuned for the second video. It's going to be coming sometime pretty shortly, in the next maybe 2 to 3 days. I'm hoping to get it out by Tuesday, but I might be going for a driver's exam pretty soon, so I can't tell for exactly sure, but this video has been a long time in the making, and it's one of my best videos yet, in my opinion. So yeah, so just stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you like the content. I post content sporadically and randomly. I don't have a schedule. Hit the like button if you liked it, and I'll see you guys later.